This is a Danger Entertainment podcast. DangerEntertainment.net. Danger Entertainment Podcast Network.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe, anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books and movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote the
All
scripts.
right here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 245. I'm Jason, and no one else is here? No one? Doug, are you here?
I'm here.
Oh, thank God.
But I'm the guest, so you shall introduce me at the
Oh,
beginning.
Doug's here, A-Pan's number one fan. Can't give yourself a nickname. Oh, thank God. Nobody wanted to hear just a Jason episode.
No, not at all.
Of course, we're going to play a lot of Creed in honor of graphic novels.
There we go.
Blake's not here because he's doing his military service over in
Iceland?
Keeneland, Iceland, Greenland. I don't know. He's somewhere. Jeff is out sick, and Jim.
Return of furry rabies.
He does have fur. Well, I hope he doesn't because we got an expo in a couple days, and Jim is on his prison golf tour. So everybody's gone this week. We're actually recording this on the Friday before you're listening to it because we are getting ready for the expo next week. So we wanted to give us some time because, Doug, we got a lot of prizes.
Yes.
We got a lot.
None of them good, but a lot of prizes.
We got Skylanders.
None of them good.
We got Star Wars figures.
Possibly.
Wrestling figures.
Definitely.
I think we got cups, coffee mugs. We got a municipal brewery tour.
Well, there you go. That's something.
You can't win that on the trivia, though.
Oh.
You got to take tickets.
Oh.
Sorry. But everything else is good.
So wait a minute. I could win that, you're saying?
Sure. You know, they sometimes sponsor us. All you have to do is he'll get you set up.
Oh, okay.
So we have a special episode this week. It's a regular episode, but we got a couple of different things. It won't be as long either. So, but since hijacking the show, I already got the title, best episode ever.
Well, yeah. No doubt.
Best episode ever. And a couple of things, Doug. You're here, and you get special treatment. Chris and Kevin from 365 Flicks Podcast. They sent us, first off, European Pez.
Best kind of Pez out there.
It is. It is amazing. It is, I think, a pound. I don't know what that is in...
Wouldn't it be metric?
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be pounds. Is it a kilogram?
Is that kilograms? I'm going with kilograms. We got lots of Pez, so we're going to eat that before Jim and Blake and all those guys get back. And because they didn't know what s'mores was, they sent us their version of s'mores, Jammy Dodgers. They're raspberry, and I'm a little scared by them. What do you think? I feel like it's something that our parents would pick up for us.
Yes.
They don't look good. And they're not cookies, they're biscuits. Is what they say. What the fuck? And they say flavor O-U-R.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Is it extra flavor?
In honor of those guys, I was at Jungle Jim's, a super grocery store here in the area, and I got Mackey's of Scotland, haggis and cracked black pepper flavored potato chips.
That looks disgusting.
Well, save them for when the whole gang's here.
Yes, we'll do that.
I don't
We'll
want
open
to
it
open them and ruin them, but could be good.
You got us some Mike and Ike's a couple of months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I was cleaning the studio this week.
Uh-huh.
I was dusting in that.
Uh-huh.
I found two
You dust
Mike
the
and
studio.
Ike's. I did dust the
Were you
studio.
in a French maid outfit?
Maybe I was.
Okay.
I dust naked. Because that's the only way to clean. Anyways, I found two things of Mike and Ike's that have been down here for a couple months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they taste any different, to be honest with you. My dog wouldn't eat them,
Oh.
but they still felt pretty much the same texture.
Uh-huh.
So we got a lot of food. Also, Chris and Kevin, they were awesome. I think it was mostly Chris, but we'll give Kevin some credit. They got us Jurassic Park Pez.
I got
Pez
you a
dispensers?
Jurassic Park Pez.
Yeah, it's over there. We
Okay,
got some.
okay.
We still have it.
Those great minds think alike.
And, Doug, you'll be seeing it behind Fisto over there, Leech from the He-Man figures.
Wow.
He's part of the Horde. I looked him up. He just basically has giant suctions on him. So what do you think about that, Doug?
That's interesting.
So, Doug,
Yes.
not only do we get gifts from 365 Flicks, I got something for you. And I just posted it in front of you here. And it's a beer stein from the Animal Kingdom.
That is fantastic.
My neighbor sells them. He sells a lot of crap online. But he gets some good stuff once in a while. And so I thought you would appreciate that.
Oh, without a doubt.
It does look like there's no animals on it.
No. I'm thinking it might be from the Rivers of Light firework light show they have at night.
Aren't they getting rid of that?
It supposedly sucks, but I've never seen it. But I don't know. That's what I would think.
Is the River of Light new?
Relatively new, yes.
Oh, okay.
It was delayed because they couldn't get it working, and then when they got it working, it sucked, and management knew it sucked, so they retooled it, and now they're just like, okay, as long as we can get enough time out to get our money back, then we're going to get rid of it.
So is it just like fireworks?
It's a light show, and there's boats on the water, and you have to.
Is it like the Rapunzel thing?
What Rapunzel thing?
Tangled, like with the lights, the lantern?
They were supposed to have something like that. That was the original version, and they couldn't get that to work, so that's why it sucks.
Oh.
Amongst
you wouldn't
other
think
reasons.
lanterns would be that difficult to put
You
in
would
the air.
think not,
You put
but
500 of them in the air and have a good day.
they have to go somewhere.
They can go to that Tom Sawyer's water park.
Different park,
Oh, sorry.
kind of far away.
Is it too far away?
Yes.
So you got that. The good news is I got an extra one for the expo. So they can win another Animal Kingdom beer stein that lights up. All they have to do is beat you in Disney trivia.
I'll be at the panel discussions.
That's
I'm
fine.
not sure
How much trivia you're going to be doing?
how much trivia I'm going to be. You know, I got the app. Love the app for the Comic Expo.
Okay.
Get the Cincinnati Comic Expo app, and I started plugging in some of the panels I wanted to see. And like Saturday, if I can get into all of them, because I know the Phil Coulson one, you don't know. I'll be like sitting in the one room from like 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Yeah, Jeff and I have had this discussion. We got a lot of people helping us at the booth this year. And we
Will
appreciate
Blake
that.
be there?
He'll be in Iceland.
Oh, okay. Now,
We'll do a remote
okay.
interview.
In all honesty, you keep saying he's going to be in Iceland. I kind of have the idea, was he banned from the expo because he kept calling the top dog Andy instead of Andrew? I kind of got that.
Legally, I cannot answer that
I
question.
kind of got that impression he's not welcome there.
Legally, I cannot answer that question.
Okay.
But the rumor is that he'll be back next year to do a green room show with Blake on the YouTube channel for us.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it's a 1-year suspension. It's kind of like the Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to retire. He really did.
Right.
At the age of 20 or whatever. So yes, the problem is that there's a lot of panels that Jeff and I want to go to this year.
Yes.
So we're going to be taking turns this year. We're going to be podcasting the episodes in the morning, and then the rest of the day we'll be meeting everybody and doing trivia. So if anybody wants to come by and do trivia, we'll be doing that. Wonderful prizes like we talked about. Leech will not be up for a prize.
Oh, why not?
No, because that's a gift from Britain. So, but we do have some Pez that we're giving away. One of them is a clown Pez I think you gave us, Doug.
The littlest Pez?
No. It was just the Pez with the clown face on it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the tiniest Pez dispenser.
Not that one. So we.
So you're regifting?
Yes.
Wow.
But we have an Animal Kingdom beer sign.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That's a troll trade.
If you guys haven't been listening, we are buying a $200 box, mystery box. Everybody's chipping in. Rumor has it Randall Holt's chipping in. Sunday we're opening it. I think we're going to get a lot of good stuff in that.
Have you cleared this with your wife?
Well, I'm not paying $200. You basically put in and you get that percentage of the stuff.
Got it.
So if you put in $100, you get 50% of the stuff.
So how much have you collected so far?
Well, we haven't collected anything.
Well, I mean, who's made bids?
Who's in? Jim's in. I'm in. I think Jeff's in for $1.
$1.
I think Randall Holt, RJ Holt 666, he's going to be there. I think he's going to be in. So I think we're going to have a good connection there. That's at least $50 less.
I might kick in 20, but I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking the problem is I got my wife convinced that I finally got permission to go ahead and get a picture with Manu Bennett.
Really?
From Deathstroke. So that's about my I think that's my splurge there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give him a shot glass too.
I was looking at Clark Gregg.
It's tempting, isn't it?
It's tempting. More tempting just because the special lanyard you get with it. I hate to say it, but yeah. But I don't know. That's one I'm still wavering about.
How much is he?
$90. It's you get preferred seating at the panel with him.
Do you get a picture and an autograph?
I thought they said like a group photo, so I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you get an individual one too or not.
I don't know if he's doing individual ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought it said group photo, but I could be wrong. So that's one I'm looking at.
You know, if the Cincinnati Comic Expo app probably would tell you.
I have the app here because I was looking at right now my schedule for Saturday the 15th. 12 o'clock, Carl Urban.
Like that?
1 o'clock, Clark Gregg. 3 o'clock, Carrie Yules.
Yules. We're going with Yules.
4 o'clock, LeVar Burton. 5 o'clock, Benedict Wong.
Oh, love Wong.
Yeah. Saturday at noon, Peter Mayhew. Sunday at noon, Peter Mayhew. Sunday at 2, Summer Glau.
That's some good panels.
Yeah.
That's some good panels.
And I told my daughter, because I took a vacation for next week. I'm going to work part of it, but I'm going to the expo on Friday, and she went down last year with me on Friday because she happened to be off school. So this year she has school, and she wanted me to take her out of school to go.
I see nothing wrong with that.
I said, yeah, I do, because then I'm stuck watching her. I can't do anything.
Is your wife coming down Saturday?
Probably Saturday. My daughter's got a volleyball game, so probably sometime after that.
Okay. Because my wife and kid is coming down. Oldest kid is coming down.
My daughter really wants to come down, though. I told her, well, I'm going to be in panels all day Saturday, so
I got to beat people in trivia.
You're going to have to sit with Uncle Jason. And she's like, oh, never mind.
He's going to talk a lot about wrestling and trivia.
But she did say, she's like, you're going to take me out of school, right? I said, no. And then when her mom got home, she's like, Mom, Dan's going to take me out of school to go to the expo. No. So she's excited.
You have an older son. Put him on charge.
I don't know what he's doing.
I think Fish should come down.
Maybe he will.
Again, we're doing breath signs for Burt Reynolds. He passed away this week. 82 years old, I think.
Did they say why he...
He's been battling a illness for a while.
Real? Okay, I hadn't heard that.
But here's the funny thing. Everybody came out of the woodwork said, oh, it was a shocking surprise. And I'm like, I was actually surprised, one, that he was that old. I thought he was in his 70s. Two, it wasn't like he's a young guy. Like, it wasn't like he's 20 and died. You know, it's not really a big shock. He did not look healthy.
Correct. I mean, 82 years old, yeah.
Correct.
I mean, but I didn't know he was sick or anything like that, so... I was kind of out of the blue on me. I saw it like on ABC.com had something up, and it's like, okay, did they just get tricked, or is this real? Because it's the only place I saw it. So, yeah. So it was kind of a surprise.
Mac Miller died today. Do you know who that is?
No. I saw it. Drug overdose. Too bad.
Is he a pop singer?
Isn't he friends with, like, Post Malone?
He dated Ariana Grande.
Really?
Yes. And then she broke
Was
up.
this
and
before
dated-
or after she licked the cupcake, or during?
Oh my God, donut.
Was it a donut? Okay,
Yeah, it's a donut. She's a donut licker, right? I get her and Selena Gomez mixed up
Yes, no. Selena Gomez is a good.
because they're all Disney people, right?
No, Ariana Grande is not. She's
thought she was.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, my bad.
That's
Sorry,
right.
man.
We don't have people like that on Disney,
Sorry.
except for Demi Lovato. But
Another one. No, she dated him before she was dating Pete Davidson, and
Okay.
that whole thing is creepy.
yes.
And I don't care. And they're like, we don't care if anybody approves of us our love. Then shut up and stop Instagramming it.
I don't really care either. What do I care what you do?
No, I don't care if you really make a big mistake. I don't care. And Pete Davidson scares me.
He's a little creepy looking.
Yeah. But yes, so Mac Miller died. They announced it on the radio while I was driving home. And I felt old and I said, I have no idea who this fucking guy is.
Yes.
So, condolences? Sure.
Okay.
I don't know who he is, but.
It was a drug overdose.
There you
Don't
go.
really have a lot of sympathy for him.
Down the hall.
Because I'll even go back to Demi Lovato, who I like Demi Lovato,
Yes.
and she's anti-bullying and all this and that.
She's Disney, right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
She was.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, but the thing is, you're doing drugs.
Yes.
Why do we care about this drug user as opposed to other drug users?
And that's heavy drug using.
Yes. I mean, yes, it is sad. It's a
Correct.
shame, You brought it upon yourself.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Down the hall.
Down the hall. Okay.
Let's see here. We had a Twitter poll of the week this week. Who was your favorite Seinfeld character? We were talking about this last week. We had options: George, Elaine, Kramer, and other. And then you can post who you wanted in that. The funny thing is we did not have Jerry because Twitter only lets us do 4 polls, 4 people. You can find us on at Bad Ideas Podcast and History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. But anyways,
But couldn't you be doing like multiple polls, like how you finally came up with like the most popular Disney character? Oh, never mind.
movie.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
still in there. I still have all the winners. We're up to Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So you could do it with Seinfeld.
We could. I was not dedicated enough to that. And
Okay.
intern Hackney was out this week, so he did not help. So Jerry was not an option because he was pretty much always even-keeled.
Yeah.
Good character, but even-keeled.
Yeah.
So 11% in last place was other. Here's the thing. When people wrote other, they picked that they didn't write who they wanted. So we're going to say Putty. We're going to say Putty.
See, I liked Putty and I like Newman.
I like Newman, too.
There
Well, if you
again,
like Newman,
there
you're
again,
okay.
The post office gets dissed on this podcast as always.
I'm just saying that I will say the Pez and the Jurassic Park Pez and the Chris Richardson grab bag did come over in less than a week. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that was a USPS though. Just saying.
And had to get to you from USPS.
I think it was FedEx.
Oh yeah.
So in third place was Elaine at 18%, which is a travesty.
Yes, she was an Oriole fan.
She was. She wouldn't
Yes,
take
I would
off
have
the
picked
hat.
her. I would have picked her.
25% was Kramer, and in first place, 46% George, the lovable loser who's an ass.
Nah, just a loser.
He is a loser. I do like George the best, though.
Eh.
I saw the episode the other day when he pushed all the kids to the ground in the fire.
Oh yes.
And Eric, the clown, put it out with the big shoe. Just, don't you have Bozo? No.
The best thing about George was it was played by Jason Alexander, who
Was a gargoyle.
no, even better. He played the role of Tony Kornheiser in the sitcom Listen Up.
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
Yes.
Wasn't Malcolm Jamal Warner?
Yes, he was the Wilbon character.
Yes.
But they weren't their exact names, but yes.
Wow, I forgot about that. How long did that last?
1 season.
Woo. You know what, though? If you're Jason Alexander, who cares if it doesn't
Right.
work?
And I've heard him on different podcasts. Not this one. You will never have him for some reason.
We're so in negotiation.
He's a very interesting fellow. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's a good interview.
Well, you figure, though, they've all made over $250 million.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Who cares what you do?
Right.
You know? Do what you want to do. You could build us a podcast studio with that money.
There you go.
So that is our Twitter of the week. Anything you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. We're recording this on a Friday, so I'm a little off. We don't have as much on this one. Your top 5 this week is no top 5. We actually have rapid fire questions on your for Disney for you.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
for the Disney fans, this is going to be more of a Disney podcast, I guess, this week.
Aren't they all, though? You know, you guys always bitch about Disney, but you seem to talk about it a lot.
I don't bitch about Disney.
And why is that?
Why don't I?
No, why do you talk about it a lot?
Because they own
Because they
everything.
control entertainment.
And when
That's
they control
right.
entertainment, they control the world.
That's right.
Blake's the one that bitches about it. So, but here's my thing. It's funny to think about because years ago when their first acquisition was Marvel, everybody was bitching that they were going to ruin Marvel
No, their
Comics.
first acquisition was ABC Capital Cities. But carry on.
My bad. The first
And then Pixar.
okay, comic books was
Okay,
big.
okay.
And everybody bitched about it.
Uh-huh.
And then all of us were like, why are you bitching about it? They're not going to ruin it. They're not closing them because there's only 2 big companies.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's another one coming up. But it's just going to be more exposure. Who cares?
Did they ruin comic books, though?
No. I
You
would
think
say
comic
Michael
books
Bendis, or Brian Bendis did that.
Were comic books dying?
Comic books have been dying, so I
Yeah.
don't think you can really ruin it more. Because here's the issue. The younger crowd likes the digital format.
Uh-huh.
But they're not buying the comic books as much and the older crowd likes the paper ones.
Yes.
So it's a very tough thing that people aren't buying them anymore.
Uh-huh.
So, and again, I still say I have an issue that you have Bruce Wayne. I love Batman. I love Bruce Wayne. But you can, after 1,000 stories,
Yes.
put a new character in
Move
there.
on, yes.
Yes.
Have one. I think I asked this a long time ago on listener feedback. Way back when I was the only one asking listener feedback. And I appreciate everybody asking questions now.
I appreciate that.
But has there been a superhero that's had a lifespan, died, moved on to another one, died, and moved on?
Not really. Spawn did it with his villains. He would just kill his villains, and then you get a new villain.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the few things. The first story arc that Spawn came out with, there was a child pedophile, and he was like set up as the Joker type version in that universe, and he lasted 3 or 4 issues, and then they killed him because Spawn's like, "Why am I going to keep fighting you? I'm just going to kill you," and he stopped it. And so that was a shocker that they killed him off because they were building. Everybody thought they were building him up to be the big villain. So I think that's it on the superhero side. I don't know. I mean, Sue Dibney died. Plastic Man's or Elongated Man or whatever the hell his name was. He died during Identity Crisis. She died. Nobody cares.
I liked him on The Flash.
I didn't see The Flash this year.
I watched about half of the season. I only watched a couple episodes of Arrow. Maybe half of Legends of Tomorrow.
I love Legends of Tomorrow.
The
season was not
all
that
of
good,
them.
though.
Even the Marvel on Netflix. I haven't seen any of the new ones. Punisher, any of them.
Iron Fist 2 came out today.
Yeah, I started watching. I started to watch the first part of Luke Cage.
Oh, the new season? I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
But with an 8-year-old, I got to do that.
Yes, sparingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my issue with Punisher. I couldn't do
Yeah,
it
yeah.
because of that, and I want to. Where's your stance on the Punisher movie? 2004, Thomas Jane.
I love Thomas Jane one.
Okay. We were talking about that last week.
But then again, I'll admit, I like Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
I did too.
I like Ghost Rider with Nick Cage.
I can't agree with you on that one.
I'm not saying it was a good movie. And yeah, I don't like Nick Cage in it, but if you would have said the Marvel Universe and movies started with Daredevil, Punisher, and Ghost Rider, who would have thought of that?
Correct.
I mean, you took 3 oddball, superheroes.
And you could have put them in a group too, like a Marvel Knights version. You could have put those 3 in it because they were part of the darker areas of the universe.
Yeah.
Instead, you did.
No, I mean, they're not, compared to the MCU now, they're nothing good. But, the fact that you had these oddball guys, I think is just
And
fantastic.
you had Elektra.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
Daredevil except for the seesaw scene when they're on the seesaw.
Yes. Well, and how do people forget about Elektra? Because you hear about, Wasp, she's the first one.
Yeah.
And then Marvel, well, what about Elektra? She had her own movie.
She did. It was not a good movie.
No, well, I only saw parts of it. Yeah, it wasn't.
I own it.
Really?
I think we gave it away last year.
Oh, okay.
At the expo. But yeah, I did own it because I was getting any Marvel movie at the time because we were desperate for it.
Yes.
Do you think Ben Affleck, since he not ruined, but everybody thinks he ruined Daredevil and the Batman character, do you think he will ever have a shot at another superhero?
No, I think he's too
getting
old.
up there in age.
He's too old, yeah.
Do you think Matt Damon could do it?
Who?
Matt Damon.
Thank you.
Matt Damon. He would be good as Booster Gold.
You know, on the Hollywood Stock Exchange,
Yes.
where my son and I are kicking all your asses, I own Booster Gold.
I
out
do
there.
too, actually.
He's out there.
I think I did buy Booster Gold because I like the character.
Had no idea who it is. All I
He's from
remember
the
is
future.
Nathan Fillion was rumored to play him. So I buy all the superhero ones.
Nathan Fillion might be Wonder Man.
Could be. I like Wonder Man too.
I'll take Wonder Man.
I like the oddball guys.
I do too. Dave Bautista may not be back for Guardians.
Yeah. So what?
I'm just saying.
He can
Is
get a job with Star Wars. Oh wait, no, he can't get on there either.
He'll do Universal Studios Dark Universe.
There we go.
So let's do some listener feedback without Blake this week.
Now it's time for bomb listener feedback, sponsored by Equal Rights for Women. You know, they want equal rights, so Nick Saban gave them equal rights and chewed out the reporter just like he would a male reporter. But the male reporters don't cry about it like they do.
Send your complaints to Doug at Graphic.
That was in honor of Blake. He always makes it topical.
He does make it topical.
But that's true. You want to be treated like a man. You ever seen the Nick Saban press conference? He bitches at everybody.
Yeah, he's an asshole. though.
Yes, he is. Just
He
like
is
Bill
an-
Belichick.
he is.
Same thing. You got treated like you wanted to.
Did you watch the exciting NFL game last night?
No.
First
No.
play of the game, penalty. Second play of the game, incomplete.
I don't usually watch. I'll watch Patriot playoff games because there's so many of them. But that's about it.
As a Bengals fan, I'm not used to that. What's a playoff victory?
Yeah.
They said the ratings were the lowest in 4 years last night. Because nobody cares anymore. So they had 28 penalties in the game.
It's like rooting for the Bengals. I really can't root for the Bengals as long as the Brown family owns the team. Mm-hmm. I can't really watch the NFL as long as Roger Goodell's in charge.
$43 million a year. $43 million.
And what does he do for that?
Not much.
No.
He takes the bullets for the people bitching.
Does he? I mean,
Well, he ignores it, but
yeah,
they can blame him.
yeah.
I turned it on, and I think at halftime it was 6-3. Philadelphia Eagles fans were booing the Eagles.
Yes, I saw that. Classy. That's very classy.
They just won a Super Bowl.
Yes.
So
First one
game,
ever.
Yep. First game. Everybody's got butterflies.
Wasn't even halftime yet.
Nope. Let's boo them. That's good. You know what?
Still missing your starting quarterback.
Well, Nick Foles is your starting quarterback.
Right, but he was not your star. I mean, Carson Wentz is your starter.
Yes. Is he ever coming back this year?
Yes.
Hopefully. But yes, so they booed them. So stay classy, Philly.
Yes.
Good news is Matt Ryan is in peak form because he threw 5 incomplete passes on the final drive from the when it was on the goal line to win the game. The good news is he threw a pass to Julio Jones, who was out of bounds because it was a horrible pass. So good thing Matt Ryan signed a big contract.
Yes.
This guy is awful, and I don't understand why everybody loves him. He's not Andy Dalton bad, but is he much better?
He puts up some numbers.
Yeah, he had 4,000 yards last year, but only 20 touchdowns.
Okay, the thing is though, what are you going to do? Not sign him? In the NFL, you either have a quarterback or you don't, and you're just wandering around
Or you're
looking
the
for
Browns.
one. Correct. I mean,
That is true.
Dalton's not the best, but if they didn't have Dalton, who would they be going? You're getting your Josh McCown.
A.J. McCarron.
He couldn't even make the Bills.
A.J. McCarron fell quick.
Yes.
He went from I guess you're the starter for the Bills to, you're backing up to
Well, he got hurt, but
Yeah, but they obviously felt better.
they took Nathan Peterman over him, so.
Nathan Peterman of 5 interceptions in one game last year.
1/2, I believe.
Was it 1/2?
Yes.
It was his first start, too, wasn't it? Or second
Yes,
start?
the first start, yes.
Yeah.
Nice segue on A.J. McCarron.
Yes.
Per Brent Musburger's Twitter, welcome A.J. McCarron to the Raider family. Can't wait for the beautiful Mrs. McCarron to join us in Oakland.
Please explain what Brent Musburger did during the Alabama championship game a couple years ago.
They kept showing her in the stands while she was still in college, and I believe she was a Miss Georgia,
Georgia or Alabama.
something like that. Yes, and he kept making uncomfortable remarks about how beautiful she was, which she is.
But he's also 70.
Yeah.
And the way he kept talking about it was creepy.
Yes,
It was like Dr. Number One peering in your window creepy.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
Was he just trolling? I think he was.
I hope so.
I think he was.
But in this day and age, just don't. Mm-hmm. That was pretty. It's still creepy because everybody knows you, Brent, as the creepy guy.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have an issue with that. She is attractive, though.
Yes.
She is attractive.
Yes.
Do you think she'll fit in Oakland? Is it worse than Alabama?
It's only going to be Oakland for what, 1 or 2 years?
Yeah, probably. Unless AJ McCarron's better than David Carr.
Yeah.
And do you
Or
think,
Derek Carr.
Whatever.
Yes.
You know what? I think I would take David Carr above AJ McCarron at this point.
Nah.
I like AJ McCarron.
Yes.
I don't think he's ever going to get a starting job anywhere.
Can make a fine living without that.
Matt Flynn.
Yeah.
Oakland treated him right.
Rob Johnson, Scott Mitchell.
Rob Johnson won playoff games.
He wasn't very good.
No, but he won playoff games.
He got paid.
Who paid him?
Buffalo.
Yeah, because they picked him above Flutie, right? At the end.
Was it Flutie? Yeah, it could have been.
I think they picked him above Flutie.
Yeah.
And that didn't work out for Buffalo.
No.
So what else we got? I think this is from your son.
From Fish, who he the last time he played a game, he was saying how they were rallying in the last inning. And since you guys mentioned he hit into a double play one game, I asked him if he hit into another double play. He said no, he got a hit.
Yes.
And somebody else screwed it up.
Well, the positive is he didn't have the worst play of the year. That would probably be Jeff.
Uh-huh.
And we can talk about that because he's not here.
Yes.
He hit it to the outfield and got thrown out at first.
Was the outfield playing shallow to catch the tag up?
I don't know. I'm going to say no. They're playing warning track.
Was it, we're going to say left field then?
Sure.
He was in deep left field and throwing him out at first.
Well, I'm going with
That's
that.
a good story.
That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, I don't remember, but I'm going to go deep left field.
Left field, I would
Left
think
field.
so, yes.
Left
yes.
field.
Which is odd because he's an athlete.
Jeff is.
As Bugs Bunny used to say, he's got an athlete's physique.
He does have an athlete's physique. He is quick.
Yes.
He is quick like a glacier.
This is a new one. Thoughts. On September 18th, the Baltimore Orioles are honoring the 40th anniversary of the National Federation of the Blind by being the first pro team to wear Braille jerseys.
I like that.
Yes, interesting.
They're not going to see that, though.
No, they will not. No.
Bump, bump, bump.
Yes.
I do like the idea, though. I like good for the Orioles. I guess they got to get somebody in the stadium.
You have to be blind to be able to watch. They're horrible.
What are they, 35 games they won?
No, I think they're up to 41 right now.
Oh, that's good.
But they're only like 50 games out of first place.
Well, in their defense, they are in the toughest division.
Yes.
I mean, you got the Yankees and Boston.
Right, you have two teams that are willing to spend, so Toronto, Tampa, and Baltimore.
Well, my Toronto team decided to trade everybody
Yes.
this year.
Yeah.
We went through this as a Toronto Blue Jays fan 3 years ago when they said, we got it now. We got it. We righted the ship. They didn't.
No.
They didn't. They even traded Josh Donaldson.
Yes. Probably for a boatload of prospects.
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
They didn't.
Is he a free agent after this year?
He is a free agent. after this year.
Okay. Well, that's something.
They still are paying him $16 million.
The Orioles got rid of Manny Machado, who's probably even better than Josh Donaldson.
Yes, I agree with
Probably
you.
the best player in the game, and got nothing for him.
Well, they got prospect. They got players to be named later.
Yeah, not good prospects.
Was that the Reds GM doing that?
Nah. Okay, from Besotted Geek at Besotted Geek Pod.
Canadian of the Year.
Per your request, listen to episode 142. Positives from 142. Gotham, top 5 worst Star Wars characters.
Mm-hmm.
Negatives, everything else.
I think I fixed it for him. Nothing else is what he meant to say.
Okay.
We asked Besotted Geek to go back and listen to episode 142. And I've not listened to a lot of our old episodes after we released them. That's probably a good thing.
I put out episode 1. I burned it to a CD, and I pass it out all the time to people. Yes.
Episode 1 is
Christmas,
a horrible...
everybody in the family gets one.
Good news is no one's ever going to hear episode 0.
Uh-huh.
Episode 0. That was just Jeff and I. And, I did come across an old outline that we did back then.
Yes.
It was 1 page. Mm-hmm. Not so much anymore. Not so much. This week's episode outline was only 2.5, though, I think.
Have you have all your outlines saved on your computer?
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to like hang them all from the walls in the studio here.
I don't know if I want to go through all those. I think I do have them all. I think I do.
You know, every once in a while as I'm listening, I think, I should go through and write down all the bad ideas.
Jim is on that.
Is he?
Jim, Power Bottom's job is to get the bad ideas.
Okay.
So, and at the expo, you can stop by our booth and write down your own bad idea. And we will put it on a future episode. Because after 245 episodes, we're kind of running out of bad ideas. So just to let you guys know. What else we got, Doug?
Which is amazing because most of the bad ideas are never past number 100. So you've had over 200 episodes. I think you might be doubling. I don't think you're keeping track.
I think we had an 8,000 in there.
Okay.
I think we had one.
From Kevin at 35 Flicks Podcast. Who's sexier in military gear, me or Chris?
I'll let you handle that one.
I'm going to say Chris.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because when I've seen him in military gear, he's laying seductively on the ground.
He is, and his gun is at half staff.
Yes.
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Kevin because he looks like Chris Pratt.
He
doesn't have the abs of Chris Pratt, but he does look like Chris Pratt.
No. I think Chris laying there, on his stomach, just.
For those who don't know, Chris was an extra in a movie, and he was in military fatigues, and they said action, and he ran 2 feet, fell over his own turf monster, and broke the replica gun too. Face first. So I'm not saying that we've told this story before, but I think we have, and I'm going to continue telling this story because anytime I have a bad day, I just watch the video.
You wonder why movies go over budget, just because of stuff like this.
Chris is the reason they go over budget.
Yes.
Why do you think Pirates of the Caribbean 6 was at $200 million over budget?
Exactly.
Chris was in it.
Yep. From Dev. If you like Thomas Jane in the Punisher movie, then you'll love the Punisher short film with Thomas Jane, Dirty Laundry. Have you seen it?
We put it up on our Facebook page at The History of Bad Ideas. Have you seen it?
I actually watched it before I came here.
That was brutal.
It was interesting. I kept waiting, going, okay.
He's going to
The joke is he's going to do nothing.
That would be funny.
And that's what I was expecting, but no.
He made that one, and at the time it was because he kept wanting to do another Punisher film.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
that's just him.
It was him and a couple other people that wanted to do it.
Okay.
And then Ron Perlman's in it.
Yes, I saw. Yes.
He plays the convenience store owner. It's a great 10-minute short.
Yes, it's on YouTube.
And on our Facebook page.
Yes.
So go check it out. I really loved it. I love Thomas Jane. I think I like him better than John Barenthal as a Punisher.
Yes. I'll go with yeah.
I think John Barenthal does a decent job, but I think Thomas Jane comes across a little bit more badass and just kind of is more thinking. So, and plus, I go back to the scene where his whole family gets killed in the movie.
And you're laughing about it.
I am, because the guy's on a sailboat trying to get out of there. He's on a schooner trying to get away. It's like, you're not going anywhere on that.
Okay.
And I have a problem because his wife and son, they're hiding under a boat on the beach away from everything. Nobody knows they're there. They're not even looking over there. And they get up and run to go to the truck.
Yes.
Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
They don't even know you're there.
Correct.
Let's get up and run.
But do they know who they are? Would they have looked for them?
I don't know. That's the other thing.
Yeah, who knows?
You can throw sand. So,
there you go.
Anyways, go ahead.
Corrections from Randall Holt. I got to agree with Jason. Humans are interesting people.
That's from our episode last week. Thank you, Randall. I appreciate that. They are very interesting people.
Okay, and then from the official millennial of the Hobie podcast, Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Hollywood is rebooting Police Academy. Why? It's been 25 years almost since the last film. I think the Ghostbusters reboot proved that this ain't a smart idea.
Beg to differ. Steve Guttenberg's involved in this. And I'm okay with the Police Academy reboot. You could put... Ghostbusters is different. You have 4 iconic comedians doing it. The original.
Right.
The Police Academy, yeah, you had funny guys, but you could interchange them and it wouldn't matter. Nobody's saying, "Oh, you can't replace Steve Guttenberg."
Nobody was saying Police Academy movies were fine cinema.
Correct. I did enjoy them though. Police Academy 5, Mission Miami Beach, or 4, whichever one that was. I think that was 5. 4 is back in training. 5 had a really good fight scene at the end. And so did 2 at the zoo when they had the abandoned zoo with Bobcat. I like the Police Academy movies. I have no problem if you remake them. I guess we'll have to draft a new Police Academy at the expo.
Who does all the noises like Michael Winslow? Who is...
Me.
Wow. This just went downhill fast. Okay. Who is the really quiet woman who one time
The Hooks?
Yes, Hooks, not Jan Hooks.
Not Jan Hooks.
Yes.
Who's Hooks? That's
a
good question.
See, do you have to have that character?
I actually thought she was annoying.
What about? Yeah, so did I. What about Tim Kazurinsky's the nerdish character?
Sweet Chuck.
Was that who it was? Yes.
I know my Police Academy. I watched them many times growing up. And Police Academy was the first R-rated movie that I saw.
Really?
Yes. You and our other brothers brought it home when I was 6 years old. And our father said, "What the hell are you doing? It's an R-rated film. I told you to get something we
Was
can
it
all watch."
R-rated?
Yeah, first one was.
Was it really?
Yes. And
is that the one with the blue oyster?
yeah, it was
okay.
well, all of them had it, but this one had breast in it too that you saw.
Oh, okay.
But it was R-rated. I think the language too.
Mm-hmm.
But they brought it home. You brought it home, and our father was like, "What the hell are you doing? Jason can't watch this. It's R-rated." About an hour later, we're all watching this together. No issues.
I find that hard to believe because you were the fourth child. There was really no discipline or supervision of you
Correct.
to begin
They gave
with.
up. They just let me watch the R-rated. Which makes it really...
I believe you broke a typewriter and I got blamed for it.
I don't remember that.
I'm not holding
you were hitting a
grudges.
balloon around.
I'm not holding grudges, but I was doing a homework and we had to use a typewriter back then. Kids, look it up. And yes, you're hitting a balloon and it fell over and broke and they blame me. Well, why was it there? I was doing homework. Well, why was it unattended? Because you called us to dinner.
I don't remember that. I don't recall that. Well, again, I've mentioned this before on the podcast. It makes it difficult for me to figure out what my 8-year-old and my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old can watch. Because, obviously, 2-year-old's different, but my 4-year-old watched Guardians of the Galaxy, the original a couple nights ago. Because my oldest wanted to watch it. So we watched it. My 2-year-old watched it, but he's moving. He's going around. He doesn't really see it. And my daughter, really, 4-year-old, loves Gamora. She has a little Gamora Funko Pop I bought her at the expo. And she really likes her because she kicks butt. She wanted to be her for Halloween. This year she's going to be Wonder Woman, so just to let you guys know. But my wife looked at me and goes, "I don't know if this is really appropriate for a 4-year-old. I'm not even sure if this is appropriate for an 8-year-old." And I said, "Well, he got watched it already. He's watched it like 5 times a long time ago." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know if I would have made that decision." And so I have a problem because I was watching R-rated films at 6. What the line is? Has your daughter seen the Avengers: Infinity War? Because she's the same age.
No, not yet. She wants to see it.
My son does too.
We have it on Blu-ray. I just bought it. I don't know.
There's a couple scenes that I have issues with.
What was the last? Wait.
Black Panther. Has she seen that?
Yeah, we took her to see Black Panther.
Did she like that?
Yeah, she's she
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of interest. I think she saw. What did she see? Thor Ragnarok.
Okay. Did she like that?
I think we watched it. I think at home. I don't think she.
I feel like that's lighthearted.
I don't think she. But she asked questions about it, and it's like, well, you have to see Infinity War, and I don't explain it. And, well, I haven't seen that yet. Yeah, I know.
Thor Ragnarok was pretty lighthearted, right?
Yes, I thought so. Yeah.
Okay. And I feel
And
like
she, she's at home, so she's not watching it
correct.
intently. So yeah.
Because I take my son to see all the Star Wars movies when they come out.
Did he hate Last Jedi as much as everybody else?
He loved Last Jedi. That's actually one of his favorite ones. I'm not kidding. He likes that one. He likes Solo.
I like Solo.
I like Solo. He really liked Solo. I think that was because there was a lot of space fights in it with the ships.
Uh-huh.
And he liked...
He liked the dice.
That fucking dice. Nobody knows what the dice are. Nobody fucking cares. Stop showing it. We get it.
You know, when The Last Jedi came out and they had about his dice or whatever, it's like, I don't remember anything with that. And then you see a picture, it's like, oh, it's there on the Millennium Falcon, like in the background. It's
For
like,
a second.
Okay, sure. But they make a big deal about that.
And when Leia got them, it's like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah, me neither.
Why are you giving her fuzzy dice?
Yeah.
But then Solo, we got to show it every 10 minutes.
Yes.
I don't care about your fucking dice. No, he likes Rogue One is one of his favorite ones,
Yes,
too.
I think, yeah.
And he finally realized he's probably seen it 4 or 5 times. After the last viewing, he goes, so they all die at the end, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, they did. It's like the first 3-4 times he didn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's getting to the age, he's 8.5, he's like, oh, they died at the end.
But you know what? That was the best part about it, I thought.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't have them survive.
And that makes sense, but as I was sitting there watching it, I was thinking, okay, because it's something new, you know, and it's like, you know, one of them dies, then the other one dies, it's like, oh my God, they're going to kill all of them.
Yes.
Oh my God. And sure enough, they did.
They blew up the planet.
Yes. But they killed a lot of them before that.
Correct. I like the blind guy and his sidekick.
Wait, did they? I don't think they blew up the planet. They just blew up the city.
Sorry, that's right. They did blow up the city. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I like the blind guy and the sidekick. I like that there wasn't really a force in it.
Yes.
I mean, Darth Vader, and the Darth Vader scene was great, except for his neck thing.
But yeah.
But with back to Avengers Infinity War, though, I have an issue showing him the scene with Thanos throwing Gamora off. I think that could be a little intense. Mm-hmm. I have a problem when they all shoot half the people on Gamora's home planet. I thought were the 2 big scenes.
Yeah.
Now, on Blu-ray, I can fast forward it.
Right.
And I've told him there's a couple scenes I don't think. It is really dark, though.
Yeah.
And that was my issue with it, because he's been asking to see it. Black Panther just came on Netflix, and he's been asking to see that.
But I think a lot of it is, has he seen the rest of them?
He's in most of them, yeah.
I think it's just movie deaths. I mean, I don't think it's...
Yeah, and...
if it's the first one he's seen,
yeah,
I think it might be an issue. But the fact that you've seen all of them in this universe, you know...
Well, he was homesick last year for like 2 or 3 days. He
was homeschooled last year?
No,
okay.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Why would you do that to anyone? Anyways, as my wife would say, why would you want to be around them for 24 hours a day in the house? Put them to school.
Yes.
And especially if you're not a teacher. Anyways, moving on. But he was sick. So he was home ill from school for 3 days. And he was laying in our bed. And I was home one day, because that was when we were both working. I was home one day. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go downstairs. You rest and that. He's like, okay. I was like, there's tons of superhero movies on. And he started watching, he saw the first Captain America. He saw that before. He watched that on Netflix. Well, then, unbeknownst to me, when I came back up, he was halfway through Captain America Civil War. That's a little bit more intense. And he also watched Winter Soldier. So I was like, if he got through... They're not bad, don't get me wrong. Right. But he got through them, I'm like, yeah, I think he's fine, to see... Yeah. He's seen Star Wars. My issue is if there's no blood and guts, I think he's fine. Mm-hmm. I think Avengers Infinity War is a little bit... more darker with that stuff.
Oh, yeah. The whole movie's just, yeah.
Yeah, so I go back and forth. Even Black Panther, there's some parts about like, but I think Thor Ragnarok would be okay. And again, I kind of go back to Thor Ragnarok because there are aliens in it. It's not like there's humans.
Right.
So, and because my wife goes, I don't even know if Star Wars is appropriate, like some of those. Like Rogue One, she's like, I was like, what's wrong with Rogue One? She's like, the mom dies in the first 5 minutes. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. But, it's a shot. It's a laser shot. It's not like they dwell on her.
Right.
My daughter saw Rogue One, Mm-hmm. It's probably not the most nice. So I always run into issues with R-rated films and that. So
speaking of that, I happened to finally watch Logan.
Yes.
Over the course of a couple days. A good film, but just, speaking of dark, very dark. It was a hard watch.
It was a little hard to watch. I did like his sidekick, the albino.
Caliban?
Yeah. I liked him.
I liked him.
I liked him. I like Patrick Stewart, but I really don't care about the Professor X character.
No.
And then as soon as they get picked up by the farmer, well, they're dead.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for that, Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go eat dinner there. Yeah, that's a smart move. I did like his limo scene, the very first scene when he kills all of them.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I like Logan. It was a very well done film. I don't know if I would watch it.
No, I won't watch it. I mean, it was a very good film, but it's as the whole time you're watching it going, this is a hard watch. It's not a fun time.
No, and X-23 is really good in it. The girl that plays her.
Yes.
I don't like child actors because they're usually horrible, Harry Potter films, but I thought she did a great job.
Well, most of the movie she wasn't speaking or not
Correct.
speaking, so yeah, but
But I thought she conveyed it very well.
yes.
So I did I haven't seen Deadpool 2 yet, though.
No, me neither.
So I haven't seen Justice League either.
I thought you were going to watch it. You have to watch it before
We
the
are.
expo. Because there's going to be questions about it.
Uh-oh.
Did I tell you our brother watched it?
Did he? Did he like it?
I don't know if he watched all of it. Let me take that back. He had texted me something to the effect of he watched 20 minutes of it, and it was, oh, God, I'm never going to get those 20 minutes back. Now, he's not a superhero. I mean,
Correct.
he's seen them here and there, but yeah, he just thought the acting was horrible.
I saw 10 minutes because Jeff and I have made a vow to watch it together. I thought it looked horrible. I saw a minute with Steppenwolf. I thought the
Yeah.
band would have been a better bad guy.
Yeah.
And it looked bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And our CGI looked shitty, so let's make it all at night.
Yes.
Or raining. Or dark.
Yes.
Because we can't make good CGI, so we're just going to cover it up with the darkness. Mm-hmm. I'm sure Justice League 2 will be a lot better.
You know, I have to mention this. Yeah, I was going to save it for the expo because you sent like a 6-volume set of notes for the expo shows. But
Because we got to have good
can you
topics.
believe, let's say, I don't know, 5 years ago, you would have said, I believe Doctor Strange is going to make more money domestically than the Justice League. People would have thought you were insane.
People would have said, you could put Black Panther on there.
Yes.
I mean, nobody would have thought
Right,
that.
right.
Does Aquaman make more than Justice League? It looks good.
When that comes out this year?
Yeah, December.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shazam.
I
might
want it
make
to be
more.
good. I want it to be good. The underwater scenes, how do they come off? The little fish people that I've seen still pictures of.
It's a little rough.
I don't know. See how they. I mean, there again, I liked Thor because if how are you going to do Asgard? I mean, how are you going to do all the
Correct.
other gods and all that? And it's like, I don't know. And I thought they did a good job on
They
it.
did.
So the same thing here. I'll see. I want to see it. I thought he was best character in Justice League. Him and Flash.
Let's see. I saw the parts I saw. I had 10 minutes, and it was Flash was in some of those. Mm-hmm. He was enjoyable.
Yes, he was.
I liked the character.
Yeah.
And Captain Cold was in it. Well, oh no, Boomerang was in
Yeah,
it. That's who it was.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's got to be in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Did you see that in Suicide Squad 2 they're thinking about doing Black Adam as the bad guy? Why? It's street level group. It's a street level. Don't put mystic people into Suicide Squad.
That's the problem I have with the DC bad guys is they're all these. Even Wonder Woman, it was just
It would have been better if it was
to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
When she was kicking ass during the war, that was fantastic.
when she went across the battlefield.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But yeah, the ending, if it would have ended when she killed the one general and not the god comes in,
Yeah.
perfect. Do you think Shazam makes more than Justice League? I don't think it does. I see it as an Ant-Man Wasp type movie. But it looks
Okay.
funny.
Ant-Man and the Wasp, last time I checked, was at $214 million.
Okay, that's a bad example.
Justice League was $229.
Okay.
So could it? In this day and age, $229 is not a lot.
No, it isn't.
I mean,
Shazam looks funny.
yeah.
And I hate
there
the
again,
Shazam
it's
character.
how do they handle the comedy? Yeah.
I think, who's the main guy? Zach
Exactly.
Yeah.
Levi.
Levi, however it says. I thought he was funny in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's a good character for it.
Didn't he play Flynn Rider in Tangled?
Did he?
I believe so.
That's because you're here for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So, we got anything else? Oh, we got Pam Moore. She had a listener review. Professor Number One did not send in anything this week.
Yes, he does.
Oh, he did? I missed it.
Yes, yeah. On this one, it's on there. 12 Reasons Why? Wasn't it 13 Reasons Why?
13 Reasons Why.
Okay. damn intern,
Damn
was
you,
very
Hackney.
good, but they did not need a second season at all. Just watch the first season. That was her listener review.
Did you see 13 Reasons Why?
No, I did not. I haven't watched much TV in the last
5
month.
years.
6 months. I don't think I've watched.
The first season was good. It was about how people reacted to a suicide in the school and that. Not in school, but from...
Yes,
My wife and I wouldn't say we enjoyed it because it was
correct.
It was tough to watch. Especially when that episode they show how it happens. That was tough. It was a very well done series. It goes back to, though, you don't need 13 episodes of everything. I know it's called 13 Reasons Why or whatever, but it's again like Luke Cage. 8 episodes would have been perfect. I feel like, some of those shows, like they drag Arrow, 13 episodes a year. That's all we need.
Yes, without a doubt.
Flash, 13 episodes.
Yes.
All of the CW. And I thought that's what the problem was. I thought it dragged a little bit. It was a great show, and we have yet to watch the second season. I don't know if we're going to, because it was... I don't know if it's something that you're like, oh, I'm really excited to see it now.
Right.
So
Sometimes less is more. Like, I would think Riverdale, 2 episodes, probably be plenty.
no, because Sabrina the Teenage Witch is coming.
Yeah.
There's a new show coming out, and I think it's on ABC. And the the promo was from the producers of Riverdale. I love Riverdale,
Yeah.
and I do agree with you. Last week, it is a weird show.
Yes, without a doubt.
But I do think it's funny that that's your tagline from the producers of Riverdale.
There was a show coming out, and for the life of me now, I can't remember what it is, that I thought, I wonder, I'll see if Jason's going to watch it. It's like, no. I'm the one who turned him on to Riverdale before it came out. I can't do that again. I feel responsible.
If you go back 4 years ago, we were mocking Riverdale when it was the rumors were that they were making an Archie TV show. I have to eat those words. It's a great show.
If it wasn't for Veronica, it'd really suck. It's the only redeeming quality about
Veronica. We need to get her to the expo.
it. Okay, from Professor Number 1 at Doctor Number 1. Per Variety, Dolly Parton will be honored as the 2019 Music Cares Person of the Year. Will you be covering this?
No. Jeff and Jim would. But since they're not here, I'm in charge.
I see.
So fuck Dolly Parton. Not literally.
Oh, okay.
Not literally. She is a horrible human being.
Okay, and I was interested by his question last week about Los Ice Creams.
Yes.
And I looked them up online.
Are they a real tag team?
Yeah, there's video. I mean, you get independence, but the whole sprinkles thing, that's the foreign object.
Yes.
Like Cactus Jack putting out tacks on a ring.
Yeah.
They do the same thing with sprinkles.
Well, sprinkles can be hard if you step on them or fall on them. You can't get them off your back easy.
Right, but if you get slammed on them, you get pinned. So there was some YouTube video where he would put them out, turn his back to get the guy. The other guy's tag team partner would come in, sweep up the sprinkles, so he'd have to do it again. It was interesting.
There was a federation out of Seattle. I forget what it's called now. And I watched, this was probably last year, I watched probably about 10 of their episodes. It's independent wrestling. And it's more theatrical. There's a guy, I forget, he's a rocker is his persona. He has an air guitar, and he knocks people down with an air guitar. And it is hilarious. Now, you do that in the WWE, or anything, it looks bad. In this atmosphere, it's more of a theatrical type of wrestling. It was funny to see he's spinning around in the air pretending to have an air guitar, and he's knocking them down.
Don't bring it up to Jim Cornette.
No, Jim Cornette would not like that.
He's very anti that because I believe at All In this past weekend. There was a guy who was, killed like The Undertaker, and his gimmick is like a bionic penis.
Joey Ryan.
Yes, so all these people dressed as penises came out and carried him away. And Jim Cornette was very against that.
Joey Ryan is also in Major League Wrestling, MLW, which I've been watching a lot of. They had their War Games last night.
Have you seen any Dojo Pro?
No.
That's on Amazon, but it's like one episode was like a half an hour, was one match. So it was like a tournament to get the Dojo Pro Wrestling belt. You know, last one standing.
Oh, I did.
And
see
then
previews
that guy went on to Ring of Honor for their TV title, I believe.
Oh, maybe not.
He will eventually,
Okay.
but that was the thing. The reason I bring that up is because one of the guys who came up with it, well, one, his dad's a lawyer for Donald Trump, but he also has a Disney podcast.
Oh,
But
did they crowdfund this?
I don't know. I don't believe so. I think this guy has some money. 'Cause
Okay.
his dad has some money. But the Disney podcast he bought a Disney podcast because these three guys that had been doing it for years, and it was a really great show and successful. They were getting out. You know, after a while, you
Yeah.
know, how long can you do a podcast, really?
At least 245 episodes.
Exactly.
We're
So-
at least 248 because we're committed through next week.
So they were getting out of the game, and he stepped in and kind of bought their podcast, and it's just so. But he's the one doing that.
If somebody wants to make us an offer,
Yes.
we are sponsored. You know, I'm just saying, we could get we can be bought. We can be bought.
You know. What about those guys in England?
Chris and Kev?
Do you think they could handle having a successful podcast?
No, I don't think Chris and
Okay,
Kevin can handle that
okay.
at all. I mean, Nerdly barely puts them on. Anyways, so there's your. Oh no, that was your listener feedback. Let's do some real quick news of the geek. So that music is news of the geek. You know why? Fuck Jem and Jeff and Blake. That's our music. It's actually dubbed in the soundboard as Chris Pratt music.
Oh, okay.
Big news. Let's do this first, Doug.
Okay.
We have Jammy Dodgers.
Yes.
They're biscuits.
Uh-huh.
They have raspberry filling. I want to take a bite. They're a little soft.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We have cookies similar to this. They're not sandwich cookies like this, but like the star kind of shaped ones with the cherry flavoring, the sticky cherry flavoring on top.
Is it odd that the gel in the middle isn't really moving anywhere? I was expecting them to go somewhere. It's like a gelatin. They're not bad.
No, I always heard English food was horrible. This is edible.
Yes.
They're not, of course, they're not as good as the cookies from Grater's, but I'm sure Chris and Kev know that from being at the expo last year.
Ah, those Grater's donuts. You know, these Jamie Dodgers, he said, when I explained to him, the reason he sent them over is because he said, oh, they're like our version of s'mores. These are not s'mores.
These are not s'mores.
S'mores is better. They didn't know what s'mores were. I had to explain it to them.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you, s'mores are a whole lot better.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Now that I've eaten one, they're actually not bad. They're actually
They're cookies, yeah.
I like them. They're good. You want to send some more, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. News of the Geek. Doug, I did this for you.
Uh-huh.
Details have emerged about Disney's forthcoming streaming service, thanks to a large report by Variety on the future of online viewing.
Sure it wasn't Collider.
No, it wasn't Collider this
Okay.
time. The streaming service will launch in 2019 sometime, from Marvel to Star Wars, and of course Disney material as well. Mm-hmm. They're trying to buy back the original Star Wars.
Right, I was going to say, Star Wars, I think they just start with episode 9.
Correct. And Rogue One?
I thought it was just episode 9.
wasn't 9?
I think it starts with
Well,
9.
Netflix does have the other one.
Possibly Solo, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
But I thought it started at episode 9.
Captain Marvel was the first Marvel
Correct.
movie they have.
Correct.
CEO Bob Igor went into some specifics, minus the name, which won't be named Disney Play. Igor tells Variety, "We're going to walk before we run." That's pretty insightful. Is that him walking?
No, sorry, there was a bug on my...
okay.
That's some of your ants, I think, are coming back.
I just cleaned.
That.
As reported earlier, they won't be pulling their product from TV shows to blockbuster movies from places like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon, at least not right away.
Well, they own like 60% of Amazon or Hulu,
yeah.
after the Fox deal.
And again, why wouldn't you want some of these items out there anyways? Mm-hmm. Forthcoming films, including Captain Marvel and Frozen 2, will be Disney exclusives on their streaming service. Moreover, it will cost less than Netflix, which charges $8 to $14 a month, mostly because they simply don't have as much content. I'm saying $5.99. CBS All Access is $5.99.
Really? I know it was ESPN Plus is $4.99.
Why would you pay $4.99 for ESPN?
Remember the ESPN Insider?
Yeah.
I think because I happened to be on the ESPN site reading an article or something, and I think the Insider is now ESPN Plus. So if you subscribe to ESPN Plus, you get the
I don't want to read their articles though.
Well, no, I know that, but
Peter King on it? Because fuck him.
No, he went somewhere else.
CBS.
No, he left. He was on NBC, but I think he left
NBC.
there. Didn't he leave there?
I don't know. Fuck
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
here.
I think it'll start out cheap, but in the Disney tradition, it'll then raise the price.
Well, Netflix did the same thing.
Yes.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that if you're adding good quality content.
And I'm not sure if you have it in here, but the one thing, no rated R.
I did see that, yeah.
Which I wonder if they come out with a second
tier
adult version or per se, and then if the Fox deal goes through, and I think my one vote really
put it
over. Yeah. Does I think they're talking like Blue Sky Animation being on the streaming service, which would be like Ice Age and stuff like that.
That's DreamWorks, right?
That's Blue Sky.
Well, yeah.
DreamWorks is
Dreams. Oh no, that wasn't Dream. Blue Sky was attached to somebody though, weren't they?
Fox. That was part of the Fox.
Okay, I got
right.
You
So
now.
they have Rio, which it's
Rio 2.
I've never saw any of them. But yeah, I think the talk is that they might be part of the streaming service. Yeah.
Rio is not bad. Rio 2 is awful. My oldest son would watch that all the time growing up.
Speaking of that, just to go off on a tangent here, what kind of father are you?
Not a good one.
Obviously, what was he watching last week you mentioned? You have him watching the Simpsons or the Flintstones movie. And then there was something last week you mentioned.
The Flintstones movie is
there's another one, though. It was like, why are you letting him watch this?
He didn't get to choose. The Flintstones was a mutual thing between him and his sister. What was last week's?
I can't remember, but it was like, really?
Oh, it was with all the voice actors. Garfield.
Garfield, that's it, yes.
Oh, my God, they love that movie. I'm like, why? It is a horrible show.
Yes.
Yes, though. I am a horrible father for letting them see that. Let's see here. Iger. Whatever. We have the luxury of programming this product with programs from these brands or derived from these brands, which obviously creates a demand and gives us the ability to not necessarily be in the volume game, but to be in the quality game. I think that's a knock on Netflix. He also said, Disney's streaming service will also lean heavily on the brand's deep back catalog, including their classic animated films. So you won't be able to stream The Sword and the Stone anywhere else but Disney, Doug.
There you go.
How about Black Cauldron?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Either do I, but I own it on DVD.
Do you?
Yeah.
Eventually there will be original content, including new Star Wars and Marvel shows. That's the Jon Favreau one, isn't it? Star Wars?
I had heard the Star Wars one. Was that going to cost $10 million an episode?
Yes. $100 million for the first season.
Yeah.
A little bit more expensive than the Small Wonder TV show last season. You know what? $300,000 was a lot of money back then.
Yes.
I don't know where you put that.
Didn't you watch Small Wonder?
I did.
Or was that okay?
Yeah, I did. And then I ended up, after the episode, I did end up watching an episode on YouTube last week. Mm-hmm. It is a horrible show.
Yes, it is.
It is a horrible show. Will you begin the Disney streaming service?
Yes.
I think that might be the one to finally get me to get rid of cable completely.
I'm curious to see, as a Disney fan, I'd love to see some of the old stuff, the stuff in the parks, stuff like that.
Song of the South?
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
It was after the Civil War.
Right.
He was a free man.
Oh, yeah.
Free man. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
He was a free man. He could have left. He left at the end.
Oh, yeah.
At the end of the movie, he walked
remember
away. Either I just what I've heard. I have a book about it. It's very good. But
you're talking like the Disney Presents like that you saw on Sunday nights even?
And sometimes even having it like on TCM will have Disney, and it'll go from like, I don't know, 10 o'clock into the wee hours of the morning, so you just DVR it. But yeah, I mean, just shorts like The Lonesome Ghosts, or the opening of Disneyland, stuff like that, the oddball thing. That's what I'd like to see. The
Three
oddball stuff.
Cabela's, would that be in there? Cabela's or whatever it is, Caribous,
Three Caballeros.
whatever. Three Caribous.
Can you even name the Three Caballeros?
Donald Duck, a bird, and Goofy.
They're all birds.
Oh,
No,
Rio.
Panchito and Jose Carioca
There's only two.
and Donald. You
Oh, okay.
Donald.
I got one. See, look at that.
I would hope.
Well, yeah. Is Chip and Dale in there? Because those
No.
guys are instigators.
No.
They're annoying. Okay, do you have Rescue Rangers on there, the old TV show?
I would hope so.
I would hope so, too.
You know, and a lot of the Disney community loves the new Mickey shorts, which I think are just creepy.
Yeah, they are a little creepy.
I don't like them, and they love the new DuckTales. I don't like the animation. I like the old
animation's a
animation.
little weird.
Yeah, I mean, but
Hopefully...
I want to watch it because I hear at one point Don Cheadle does the voice of Donald Duck.
Really?
Yes,
That'd be interesting.
as his voice,
Yeah.
Don Cheadle's voice, not Donald Duck's voice.
Oh, really?
It's something he has something done, and
It's just a voice of Don.
yes.
I hope for Jeff's sake they have the new Muppet Babies on there. Have you seen the new Muppet Babies?
Briefly. My daughter's past that, so thank
Yeah,
goodness.
it is awful.
I was never a big fan of Muppet Babies.
I was because I grew
Love
up
the
at that
Muppets.
age.
Love the Muppets.
Yeah.
Muppet Babies, no.
New Muppet show is coming on the show,
Yes,
the streaming
yes.
service. I would buy it just for that. Because
Yeah.
we have Netflix and Amazon. Mm-hmm. And Amazon.
Do you ever watch Amazon?
No, that's the thing. Like,
Because you get it with Amazon Prime.
we get it with Amazon Prime.
And there's good things on it,
Yeah.
but I never think to watch it.
I buy, if I'm buying a movie, now there's some movies that we buy just so we can have it for the car as well. So if we go on vacation or long rides, living in the country, everything's a long ride. So we have a DVD player in the car. So like Avengers, Infinity War may not be, I want to buy it on Blu-ray because eventually, but you know, some of the movies I just buy on the streaming service, like Jumanji 2, we bought on the Amazon streaming service. Because here's a funny thing. If you go online to buy on Amazon, I should say, Avengers Infinity War on Blu-ray, $36. Cheapest. You buy it on streaming service, it's $15. Thanks, Amazon. So they lean you towards their streaming service, obviously.
See, I have the Movies Anywhere app, which used to be Disney Movies Anywhere, and then they all kind of went together. So anytime I buy a movie, you know, like for especially Disney, you know, like Marvel, you put the points in, you can get rewards, and it automatically goes to this app, so all the movies are there. And when they changed it over, they gave away movies for free. So like Ice Age, I got for free, which I've never seen. Yeah, the new Ghostbusters was free. I tried not downloading it, but it did it
I
automatically.
watched that.
Yeah,
It's awful. Mm-hmm. And again, like we talked about before,
it's not because it's women.
I don't blame the comedians one bit.
No.
It was horrible writing.
Yes.
Kate McKinnon tried.
Yeah, I thought she was
Leslie
decent.
Jones was decent.
She was fine.
She did the best she could.
Right.
I thought,
Chris Hemsworth was good.
yeah, I thought Tiny Hands was awful.
Yeah. I thought Kate McKinnon was the best.
Yeah, and I like Kate McKinnon. Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, with Netflix, Amazon, and Disney, I wouldn't need cable. Because I said, you know, I kind of hate live TV that, you know, YouTube Red has, or whatever it's called, the YouTube TV thing. I thought about doing that for $35. And I told my wife, I was like, but then, you know, I feel like the kids don't get, you know, I would love just to turn on TV and have it, but the antenna doesn't work out in the country as well. We've tried it before. It's just doesn't pick up because of where we're at in the hills and that. And but my wife's like, our kids don't watch anything on regular TV. Like, if they go to watch something...
Yeah, but don't you want local news for yourself?
No, I get that. But, like, I was more worried about my kids.
Oh.
And my wife's like...
And yet you haven't watched Garfield.
They watched the Woody Woodpecker movie on Netflix. Have you ever seen that one?
No,
it's
I have
a new
not.
one.
No, I have not.
That is painful to watch. It is quite possibly one of the worst things I've seen. It might be almost up there with Planes as the worst movie I've seen.
Never seen
And
that
Trolls. Trolls is awful.
Either. Never saw that.
So we go back for that, and I was like, I would like to have the Disney Network because I do think they have a lot of good stuff with it. You know, I'm not into the Disney originals as much, and we have this in the Expo, the outline about some of the live action movies they're making from the cartoons. And we'll talk about that in a couple weeks, next week actually. But overall, though, I think it would be a fun service. I would love to see Sword in the Stone. I would love to get these movies and not have to pay.
Home on the Range. I've seen that.
Yeah, but that douchebag's in it from Nerdist. Chris
Hardwick?
Yeah, he's a douchebag.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's in Home on the Range.
Is he? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to mention the main star,
Who's the main star?
Roseanne.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So now I'm intrigued. I gotta see if that was Chris Hardwick.
It was a while ago.
2004.
Yeah, it was.
I'll
Okay,
check on
but
it.
he might be a douchebag. But there again, did he do anything wrong?
Well, I don't even care about. Well, I'm not saying I shouldn't say I don't care about it.
Right, but
it's not. He was
you
a
were in
bad
a-
boyfriend.
Yes, you were in a relationship. You knew what you were getting into.
It's not even that.
You tried to come back.
It's not even that though. He just is an asshole.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. But
I've heard other stories.
But this Me Too movement just kind of sweeps everybody. Like I said before, everybody likes James Gunn. Well, it caught him.
Correct.
And now it's like, oh, well, wait a minute now. Well, that's what happens.
You have a vote. Can you not get James Gunn hired again?
I'll see what I can do.
Please do.
I'll see what I can do.
Talk to Bob Iger and see if you can do
Iger,
it.
yes,
Whatever.
yes.
Whatever.
Yes, I had a ticket. I thought about going up to the vote in New York City, but I just couldn't swing it.
Finally, we'll do this here. Per Hollywood Reporter, disgraced Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore. I'm on sex traffic court. Suffered insult to injury after having lost the special election to Democrat challenger Doug Jones. He was featured on July 29th episode of Showtime's mockumentary-style satire series Who is America? In the episode, Moore was interviewed by series creator Sacha Baron Cohen in a character as the fake counterterrorism instructor Aaron Morad. Is that what I'm going with?
Aaron Murad.
Who he
Was
allowed...
that a movie?
Is it?
I believe so. Not spelled that way.
Who he allowed subject him to a pedophile detector device. Despite his protest of innocence, Moore, who was accused of preying on underage girls in the scandal that tanked his campaign, managed to set off the machine several times. After learning he had been duped, he threatened to sue Showtime if they aired the episode, and they did. And now he's suing them for a whopping $95 million in damages to Cohen along with CBS and Showtime. Per the suit, defendant Cohen's character falsely and fraudulently introduced a false and fraudulent device, supposedly invented by the Israel army to detect pedophiles. During the segment, defendant Cohen's device, as part of the false and fraudulent routine, perpetrates to detect Judge Moore as a sex offender, thus defaming him. May not be a sex offender, but he is a creepy
Yes.
man.
Yeah, yes.
By the complaint, Moore claims he would not have agreed to fly to D.C. to take part in the episode, and that he has suffered for defamation. I think he kind of did that to himself. Intentional infliction of emotional distress and fraud due to the prank. If everything was true on him, I think he did the emotional distress to the other people
Yes,
first.
yes.
Of course, by the time it was revealed that the interview took place, Moore's reputation was already off the rails, so it's unclear exactly why his attorneys would demand such an outrageous amount in damages. So, Roy Moore, budding superstar in Congress, who failed.
Yes.
I'm glad that, Roy, anything to make Roy Moore look worse than he already is awesome. But I really don't like Sacha Baron Cohen anyway.
I was going to say that, yeah, me too. The whole pranking people.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe once it's fine, but a whole series about it,
Yeah.
because I was at Half Price Books today. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I was just looking at the video games. They're just seeing, and on the PSP where you get movies and that to watch, they had two discs of the Ollie G show, which was him. And I'd never seen it, but I think it was the same thing where it's, I'm going to pretend to be somebody. And
My issue is, again, we hate Roy Moore here.
well, that's the thing. You got I don't.
But part of me is like, does he go for the low-hanging fruit?
Yes.
He went for Palin. Mm-hmm. She's an easy target.
Yeah.
She's an idiot.
Yes, without a doubt.
She is the biggest moron out there. But it was
How
an
did
easy
McCain
target.
pick her?
I don't know.
What was the thinking behind that?
They said they only met her once. And they were trying to offset, the Hillary aspect. The Obama aspect of, new and different. So they were trying to do something different.
But you're picking from Alaska?
Well, you're also picking Palin, who's not the brightest.
No, this is true. Yeah.
Her daughter is now a reality star on Teen Mom.
Yes.
But my issue is, I feel like Cohen goes for, the low-hanging fruit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's easy to pick on them, because they're idiots.
Yes.
You know, if you want to do something really big, go for like, you know, big. Now, if you can get them again, go for the candidates. I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat,
Right.
any of them. Go for the bigger ones. Mm-hmm. You know, go for Mitch McConnell, the turtle.
There you go.
I reckon. I don't like it. So that is your news of the geek. Doug, what are you doing September 14th through 16th?
I'll be at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
That's in like 3 days, 4 days after this comes out. Yes, Friday.
Yeah.
This comes out
Friday.
Tuesday.
Friday.
Yes, we will be there, booth 142, next to the Cincinnati Children's Theater.
My daughter has tickets to that.
To the Children's Theater?
Yes, my wife and her go. I mean, she's like in the VIP club, and
Ooh.
you know, yeah.
Is there a lot of cussing with the Children's Theater?
No, I do not believe so.
Okay.
I believe one of the shows this year is Superman.
Ugh. That's just disappointing.
I'm just saying.
Could have
you
been
know.
Batman. So we will be there. We'll also be next to the Armory, so you can buy some stuff there and see us. Also, we will be there September 14th through 16th. Come by, say hi. We're over by the Star Wars area. Carrie Yules will be there. Phil Coulson.
Clark Gregg.
Summer Glau. Peter Mayhew.
Who's the guy from Game of Thrones?
Nikolai Koster-Voss. Is that his name?
I don't know.
He's a sick guy.
You tell me.
Not Jon Snow, but the other guy. Yeah, I don't know his name. And then also, the voice of Mario. It's me, Mario. Along with many, many voices from G.I. Joe, the animated series, which I was very excited about. No He-Man guys this year, though. No Leech.
Somebody I don't think you have mentioned.
Yeah.
And I know some Star Wars fans, you know, try to get the obscure autographs. I know the one year they had David Prowse,
yes.
I believe. This year, Paul Blake. Who's Paul Blake?
Go ahead.
He played Greedo.
Yes. I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that you got Greedo there.
Yes.
Yes. So it will be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Seriously, come on down. Play trivia with us. Lots of great comic book artists and writers. Travis McIntyre will be there from Source Point Press. Andres Moriarty. Yes, Sherlock Holmes' own arch nemesis who made The Shepherd.
Andreas Molinari.
Yes, thank you.
Molinara.
Yes. He did tell me that he has been called worse, so he appreciates being called Moriarty. So that's why I keep doing it. And also, I'm an idiot.
No, you don't.
I'm an idiot. But he will be there, and he's going to stop by. But yeah, come on down. It's a good time. Lots of people are there. We'll be there Friday. I think it starts at 2 p.m. for VIP, 3 p.m. for regular. Saturday is 9:30, I believe, Doug, for VIP, 10 o'clock for regular.
I believe so, yes.
Same thing on Sunday. So come on down, say hi, play some trivia, win some great prizes. We'll be giving Pez away this year, Doug. Pez.
How are you going to give that away?
Well,
why are you going to give it away?
You got to play.
And you know, the thing is, even if there's you don't want to pay for the autographs or
Yes.
the photos, which is fine. I mean,
Correct.
there are so many different panels.
Yes.
I mean, last year the people were like, "Oh, this guy left," and this, you know, with acting, you know, schedule conflicts
Yes.
and that. But it was thoroughly enjoyable. I mean, I went and sat in on 3 or 4 panels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of the ones you don't think will be good. I mean, not necessarily good, but you know, I thought Wallace Shawn's was kind of weak. Mm-hmm. I mean, he didn't really talk about you know, anything he
Yeah.
And I mean, that was a packed house. I left that early to go see the voice of Mickey Mouse, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But John Ratzenberger was there. He was fantastic. I mean, very engaging with the fans. I mean, you know, they're like, well, you know, we're only going to take, you know, one more question. And he's like, I got nothing else to do. Keep them coming, you know. So he was. I mean, you wouldn't think.
Did you say that my favorite character of John Ratzenberger is the Yeti in Monsters Inc.? I love him.
It'd be the mailman. Come on, duh.
My bad.
Right, but yeah. Well, I think the guy mentioning him kept calling him the wrong one, but yeah. But that was, I mean, something you wouldn't expect. I mean, I know there's ones where they'll have like dueling artists.
Well, that's the thing that I was just going to say. It's not even the stars. They have
Yes.
sketch-offs.
Yeah.
Which is really fun. Jeff goes to one that they have sketch-offs on. I think they even have one on how to make a successful podcast.
Huh.
Funny thing.
I'll man the booth. You guys can go do that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. September 14th through 16th this weekend.
I mean, there's a lot of cosplaying too. If you're into that,
There is a lot of cosplay. It's fun to just walk around though too.
Yes.
That was our thing. Is we actually have planning things now. Go inside baseball here, but for our expo, because last year we didn't get a chance to see a lot of stuff because we were behind our booth a lot.
I saw a lot. I was walking around all the
We
time.
appreciate that. There's mystery boxes too.
Yes, mystery boxes.
But this year, I mean, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff at our booth too. But it's going to be neat to see, like I said, the cosplayers, and we take a lot of pictures. I mean, the whole thing is a good time. So even if you only come down one day, you can get tickets at the door too.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter was down there. I mean, she was free last year because she was 7, and I had the VIP, so
Yeah.
I got one kid in free, and she loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
she just walked. I mean, just looking at the different things, and yeah, sure, she wanted to buy everything except the llama. She couldn't get a llama, but
Scam Jeff.
yeah, I mean, there's plenty to do.
Yeah.
Just I don't know how many times I walked around the floor, and you see different things each time. I mean,
I think this year I might be buying a He-Man character to send to one of our podcast buddies overseas. I think.
you know, some of them are $150.
Well, I'm not doing that.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at Fisto. Not our Fisto. Not our Fisto. Maybe Stinkor, if I could find Stinkor.
There you go.
So, yes, this weekend, come see us. And
When you get there and you see Jason, give him a big hug. He loves hugs.
I have an issue with personal space.
So give him a hug.
I'll be behind a booth.
If you could kiss him on the cheek, that'd be even better.
Doug, on the positive, though, we don't have a top 5 this week.
Yes.
But in that place, we got some rapid-fire questions for you.
Okay.
We put this on Twitter.
6. Blue.
That could be right.
George Washington.
And we asked for Disney questions.
Oh, okay.
It kind of went dirty.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Besotted Geek. How high up in the cult of Disney is Doug?
Not as high as I used to be.
What are the benefits from level to level?
Free parking, but I'm not on that level, so now I got to pay for parking.
Blink twice if you need rescued.
Yes.
I think he said blink. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Let's see here. Are you becoming a Disney... Oh, that's from you.
Yes, we're becoming a Disney podcast.
What are Doug's favorite rides attractions at each of the Disney World parks? Not Avatar Land.
Avatar Land is not a park. It's a land in a park, and it's Pandora, the world of Avatar.
Avatar
And
Land.
I would have put that on it. See, Magic Kingdom, Splash Mountain. Epcot, I would go with the old Soarin' ride, where you took a hang glider through California. The new ones, really bad. If you're not in the middle section, like the Eiffel Tower lean, I mean, it bends. Terrible camera work. Hollywood Studios, there's really not much there yet. I'd have to go with Toy Story Midway Mania. And then Animal Kingdom, even though Flight of Passage at Pandora, the World of Avatar, is a fantastic ride. Fantastic. I would still go with Kilimanjaro Safaris, where you drive through like a safari and you see live animals
What about
out wandering about.
What about the roller coaster with
What
the
roller
Yeti?
coaster? Expedition Everest?
Sure.
You know, I've never ridden that.
Really?
I've just never.
I see that on some of the Disney shows,
Yes.
like on Travel Channel.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really want to see that.
Yes, it's really a good one. It's just most of the time you're not in Animal Kingdom that long if you're in the summer because the plants keep the heat in, so it's ungodly hot.
Let's see here.
And just going back to Kilimanjaro Safaris, I may or may not have known somebody who worked at the Magic, or not Magic Kingdom, but at Disney
park.
World. Not at that park per se, but he took a tour, and just some of the things he said was, you know, you go over a bridge and there's crocodile underneath and alligators, and if somebody were to jump over into the crocodile pit, the driver, because you ride like a 9-row vehicle to go through this thing. I mean, animals do come up, cross the path and that. Lions are separated. It doesn't look like it, but they're separated. But if you jump into the alligator pit, they're told to drive away as fast as possible because that's where they get fed. So anything going over the bridge there is food. And they said you may last a minute, but that would be it. There's nothing they can do for you.
crocodiles is in that area.
There's a good amount.
Good amount?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
I've been to our Cincinnati Zoo. You never see the crocodiles move.
No.
Do the animals move more there? The crocodiles?
Crocodiles not so much.
No.
But I mean, it's like you're on a safari, so they are moving. I mean, the lions don't move, but they never move.
This is from Pittsburgh Nerd, Sean. Have you ever gone to Disney and thought to yourself, for all the money I'm spending here, could wake up in bed with a high-priced hooker covered in cocaine in Vegas. I know that sounds like more fun than a trip to Disney to me. To which Chris Richardson said, you could also ask the hooker to dress up as Tinkerbell if you wanted it.
Those are some sick, sick people.
You know, I agree.
That is just disgusting. Have I thought, boy, I'm spending a lot of money? Yes. Have I thought about ending up in Vegas with a hooker? I can't say that I have.
I feel like you would get less venereal diseases in Dallas. In Disney.
Yes.
Maybe Dallas too, but...
Possibly Dallas, yes.
Not Disney related from Randall Holt, but who runs better, Tom Cruise or Chris from 365 Flicks?
I think Chris, there again, he runs and he dives and he's, seductively laying there on the grass. I mean, that's just...
And Chris isn't as crazy as Tom Cruise.
Is he a Scientologist, though?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. He did give us Jamie Dodgers.
There you go.
Randall
They're
Holt?
not drugged to get us into Scientology, are they?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm a 18 Ethron or
whatever,
whatever that is. Randall Holt says, best or favorite restaurant / food at Disney World.
Yachtsman Steakhouse. Fantastic steak. But then again, Flying Fish. We were able to stay on concierge level at the boardwalk because my son got 40% off. And they would bring up steaks from the Flying Fish. Fantastic. Even though it is a seafood restaurant.
Okay.
The steak was fantastic.
Is it expensive?
Yes.
Okay.
The Yachtsman Steakhouse, 4 years ago when we went, so my daughter was 4, so she's not eating a lot. So just 3 adults and 1 4-year-old was $215.
Oh, geez.
That's probably a lot cheaper than what you can get at another restaurant nowadays. The price of a little, well worth it. I don't mind paying if it's
good food.
if you're getting the value, and that's the problem with Disney now is you're losing more value.
How much would it cost for cheese and crackers for our parents? Let's see. Chris Richardson says Rainforest Cafe in downtown Disney is one of his better ones.
There's so many other good ones in downtown Disney, which is now Disney Springs, but he hasn't been here for a while, so we'll cut him some slack.
Rainforest Cafe, I ate at not Disney, but
right.
I was never impressed.
It's the show. They have a dinosaur one too, T-Rex Cafe.
Okay.
So yeah, but the Polite Pig down there, fantastic. Chef Art Smith's Homecoming, best fried chicken.
See, Randall? He's helping you. Mm-hmm. This is all straight basically because I knew Randall Holt's a big Disney fan.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he or just
No, I think he is,
one?
actually.
Oh, okay.
He said that he wants you to do a Disney podcast with me. I said, I've never been to Disney since I was 7, so I don't think that's going to work. Let's see here.
Because you don't love your kids.
I don't.
You have them watching the Flintstones and Garfield.
Well, I'm holding...
I've brought back a couple souvenirs from Pandora, the World of Avatar, for your daughter, and she loves them.
They're on her dresser.
She loves them.
They're on her dresser.
How could you deny her?
My oldest son has asked, how come I don't have any? I said, because Uncle Doug hates Daddy. So he just does it
Does he want Pandora stuff?
I think he wants the horses just because my daughter has it.
Oh.
But anyways, so, last question from Jeannie of Hobie. Everybody loves Jeannie. She's from Toledo. What is your name?
Doug.
What is your favorite color?
Blue.
What is the wind velocity of an airborne swallow?
Laden or unladen?
I think that's supposed to be African, but...
Yeah.
African swallow.
Laden or unladen?
What? I don't know that! Ah! So there you go. There's our top 5. That might be our best top 5.
I would think so.
Anytime we can talk Disney, Doug. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Of course, you said you were going to talk Disney and nobody else showed up.
That is true.
Why is that?
Jim's in Disney right now.
Oh, okay. They have golf courses there.
They do.
They also have a new foot golf course, too.
Sure that's not Frisbee golf?
No, it's foot golf. It's kind of like soccer ball type, and you kick it.
No. You know who else like that? Amy from Culture Babble.
Did she?
Yeah.
How is Amy?
I don't know. I'm sure she's doing fine. She's really happy since Hillary won the presidency.
Down the hall.
Down the hall. So that is our episode this week. We tried to make it shorter, but 20 minutes shorter. Anyways, it's that damn Disney talk.
Yeah, we get you talking on Disney and you can't shut up.
So, title of this, we're not even going to addendum. Best episode ever.
Yes.
So,
in honor of the episode you weren't at,
correct.
Why don't we do an addendum when it's just dead air?
I think that's usually the case when Blake talks.
Well, there you go.
But don't dump. Bad idea of the week. No, we did that last week. You know what?
Bad idea of the week.
What number?
33.
No. We already did 33.
29.
I think we did 29. How about
Okay.
533?
1,971.
I like it.
Going to Disney World and skipping Pandora, the world of Avatar. That is a terrible idea. It's so immersive.
Bad idea number 1,901. Going to Avatar Land, Pandora, whatever it's called, and stand in line for 6 hours for a ride. That's a bad idea.
Just shows you how good the ride is.
It's a fucking cruise with the light show. Oh, no, that's the wing. That's not the wings. Sorry.
Banshee ride. It's fantastic.
I heard the Banshee actually is pretty good.
Yeah.
So we will see everybody at the Comic Expo, and Roger says goodbye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. It's not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
You've been listening to Hobie.